Hey guys, Mechanic Miles back again. Today we are working on a 2004 Honda Accord 2.4 liter. We're going to be replacing the radiator. The first thing we're going to do is raise the vehicle up and drain the fluid out. Now in order to drain the fluid out of this, there's going to be a little petcock right there, and you're going to want to loosen that and fluid should come out. Now make sure you drain into a band. Now that we got all the fluid drained out, you're going to want to take the plastic shield down, which is held in by all these little plastic clips here. The plastic clips out, you're going to want to take the 10 millimeters out that are connected to the bumper. Now that we got that shield down, we get a better look. We have a coolant hose, a plug, and two transmission cooler lines that we need to disconnect. Let's go ahead and do that. Got all of our clamps off the hoses. We should just be able to pull them back and they should slide right off. We have all of our hoses disconnected. Let's lower the car down. Okay. Now looking at the top here, we have a plastic cover that is covering the mounts for the radiator. Let's go ahead and remove all these clips here so we can get access to that. We got all of our plastic clips out. Let's pull this shield off. It should just come right out of there. Now we have access to the radiator mount support. In order to remove these, it's just two 10 millimeters. We're going to go ahead and remove those now. Alright, now that we got those removed, the radiator is loose. The next thing we need to do is go ahead and take this hose off here. There's a little clamp there, you can use a flathead. And then we need to unplug the fan shroud. And there should be a plug down there that has to come off. And you're going to just unplug these from here. Now that we have all the plugs for the fan unplugged, you're going to want to take a plastic clip removal tool, and there should be spots where the harness is connected to the fan. You're going to want to go ahead and take those off. There should be two over there and one down there. Now after you get the harness disconnected from the fan shroud, you're just going to want to go ahead and lift up and the radiator should come right out. Now that we got the radiator out, we can get a better look at it. You're going to want to go ahead and swap the radiator fan over to the new radiator. There should be a couple tins, one there, there, and then it should come out. So let's go ahead and swap that over. Now that we have our fan swapped over from the old radiator, the only thing left to do now is swap the sensor. Now the new radiator might come with a cap that you're going to want to remove. That is a 10 millimeter hex. Now that we have that removed, you're going to want to install the new sensor plug. The sensor is a 17 millimeter. You can use an open end wrench to remove that. Now that we have everything swapped over, don't forget the little rubber grommets that have to go back on in order for it to sit properly. We have the radiator back in. Let's go ahead and plug all of our connectors back up. After we have all the connectors plugged back in, let's go ahead and put the mounting brackets back on the radiator. Now that we have the mounting brackets back on the radiator, we're going to go ahead and take our two 10 millimeter bolts and put those back in. After we do that, let's go ahead and install our upper radiator hose. And we can tighten that up with the flathead. Getting that upper radiator hose secure, go ahead and put your plastic shield back on. go ahead and install the clips, and we'll go up in the air and do the bottom. Now that we got everything up top back together, let's go ahead and reinstall our coolant hose and our transmission hoses. All these clamps can be put right back on with the pair of pliers. Now that we have all of our clamps on our hoses tight, we can go ahead and reinstall the undercarriage shield. After adding coolant, make sure you get all the air out. To ensure this, make sure you turn the heat on in your car and you check for heat through the vents to make sure that the coolant went through the thermostat. Don't forget, after the vehicle is up to operating temperature, make sure you check your transmission fluid to make sure you didn't lose any. Thanks for watching.